Whatever it's called.
Whatever it's called is a good name. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. This is Possuma here. I am running for you guys a game called LaPlace no Ma, or LaPlace's Demon, or whatever this game is. So yeah, this is a RPG horror game that was released in the SNES, Japan only. There is an incentive for the Saving Amy, which was already met, and we have a name for the main character, which is Pickle. I do have a save file made just in case I can't get the stats I want, because at the beginning of this run I do have to roll for stats. So we're just going to get that part out of the way. Basically, I'm looking for 3 stats. Basically, a 9, a 10, and anything higher than a 5. We'll just keep it short. This game requires a lot of attention. I would try my best to balance commentary with the game. So anywho, enough of me rambling, guys. Let's get this going. This is an RTA Any %2. Just a FYI on that. But anywho. 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to be picking the medium. And now we're going to name our character Good Old Pickle, guys. Because, oh my goodness, holy pickles, guys.
Pickles?
Pickles.
Can you move your mouse?
Oh, I can move that mouse. I'm sorry, that mouse just loves to squeak its way onto the timer. Alright, so let's try that again. No. Alright, we're gonna try 2 more times. If I don't get it, I'm just gonna load up that save file and we're gonna continue. Nope. Nope, we don't want to be O. We want to be a pickle. Nope. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to let it play the intro, and then I will reset to my previous save file, where I have loaded up the stats I'm looking for. Nope. Oh my goodness. No. Alright, so let's just see the intro. Because every time you start a character, you get this lovely intro just explaining the plot. So yeah, I'm rolling for a Charisma, Cunning, and Faith. It's supposed to be 9, 10, and 8. But we didn't get it, so we're just going to go with this. You do pick a medium for this run. It helps with the early game. But basically here is setting up the plot of why you're coming to New Cam. Spookiness, people are missing, and you're a medium, so you're coming to this place to channel and hone your powers. Or any pickle. I mean, we could go for spicy pickle. Alright, so that would be the intro if you got the class you chose. So we're just going to do a reset. We're going to load up that save file, and we're going to just roll with it. So let's go continue. Alright, so I have a medium. I have the girl because she's ugly cute in this game. And then our stats is not close to what I want, but a 987, that's pretty good. So anywho, the first thing I did in the game is set my message speed to 1 because fast text. And we're going to go to the bar, which is Speak Easy, and we're going to recruit our party. So we're going to get the detective here. We're going to get the adorable reporter. And then we're going to run all the way here to get the dashing medium with that spiffy mustache. And we're going to say hi to the dabbler and hi to the scientist. It's just a safety marathon strat. I'm going to run to, not the psychic medium, we're going to run to the store. And we're going to buy some stuff. So we're going to buy a curved black sword, a thrusting sword, and we're going to buy 10 rolls of film. And with that out of the way, we're going to beeline it all the way to the other side. Thank you, I, for the reminder. I remembered. We're going to buy the digging spade, and we're going to buy the vial of holy water. And I'm going to do a marathon safety strat because at the early part of the game, money is crucial in this game. So we're going to start a side quest here. Oh my goodness, so spooky, guys. That spooky door. So 1, and we're going to enter the mansion 2 more times. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the bar. And we're going to talk to a gentleman here, and we're going to start a side quest. He's going to mention his friend went into the mansion and he never came out, so we're supposed to find him, and if we do, we get some money and a really good item. So we're gonna do that. Oh my goodness, floating spooky daggers. Let's just leave. So yeah, basically the beginning of the part is we're looking for a missing girl named Amy. We found the body of his friend, who fortunately passed away, so we're gonna get some money, we're gonna get some experience, and most importantly, we're gonna get a camera. Now, this game has it that you can get money, normal methods of defeating monsters and whatnot. What you need to do is you need to have a reporter in your party, and what this reporter needs to do is she needs to take photos. Because every time you take a photo of a monster, you take it back to the hotel, and the gentleman there can get the photo appraised, and based on what the image looks like, you get money from that. So it's super crucial we get a particular more than $1,000 in order to make sure we can continue with this run. So we're gonna fight our first mini boss here, and that's the spooky door. Oh my goodness, it's so spooky, it's so evil. We're gonna take some photos. The mediums are gonna do aura knives, and my detective is just gonna slice the door with a dagger. I did switch weapons around. The reason I did that is the detective starts off with a gun. We don't use a gun at all because it requires bullets. We just switched to more of a melee approach with this run now versus using guns. And basically, we switched weapons because the medium's weapon, our main girl's medium starting weapon, is a dagger that does MP damage, which we want. And detective, when you use a gun, can't hit ghosts, and at the beginning part of this run, you are dealing with a lot of ghosts and spirits and whatnot. But yeah, the other thing I should point out, I am playing the English patch version, just because we're in a marathon. So I always thank Aeon Genesis for making this lovely patch, because this game is good, flawed, but good. So we're talking these spooky ghosts. It's just to kind of get the plot rolling here, as they're telling Pickles here that this mansion is indeed spooky. There's a lot of weird things happening. Basically, the people who own this mansion, they have a son named Benedict. You know, he was a fine gentleman, everything fine, and then his mother passed away, and he became distraught, and he wanted to bring his mother back, and he decided to go through a couple books in the house, and one of them, guys, was a book about the spooky, the ominous, forbidden math, guys. So he did some spooky, forbidden math equations, and he opened up a portal, and when he did that, he found a whole different world, and in that world there was I need to get this done. There we go, salts a bomb. There was a gentleman that taught him more about forbidden math in order to bring his mother back and do other spooky things. So, I mean, he kind of started dabbing into forbidden maths and kind of brought forth monsters into this mansion and a couple other problems. So that's why we're kind of here and dealing with these monsters, which please don't let me flee. Let me flee. Oh my goodness, it's not good. Okay. Thank you. Oh, that was scary. The beginning part is scary. I will fully admit. The beginning part of the run is always a scary shenanigans. Because it's such early game. We just need to make sure we get out. Every time I do a combat, I'm allowed to rest. Now, rest, as the name implies, it allows me to heal a certain amount of HP and MP. So, right now, every time I'm leaving combat, we're gonna heal. And yeah, I don't take any combats or any fights until the major ones. So, when I get these kind of combats, especially early on, I really don't wanna. I want to be able to run away because they do a lot of damage and a lot of problems. Because like I said early game, the money is incredibly tight. So basically, I need to not have any character die because I can't afford to bring them back. But anywho, we're gonna go find another Elder Sign because we're actually extinguishing these Elder Signs. We drained the water from the little lake here, and an outer sign is still alive. I'm assuming they must have used some extreme waterproof, like, permanent marker or something to keep that outer sign intact, especially submerged in water for how long? But yeah, we got 2 of the outer signs down. There's at least 2 more I need to get rid of, so we're gonna head to the next elder sign here. Now, I haven't really mentioned a lot of classes. There's so much to talk about in this game, and yet so little time. But yeah, there is a class system. You get the medium, you get the reporter, you get the dabbler, you get the scientist, and then who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing one more. Brain farting. Detective. There we go. So yeah, the medium is basically your spellcasters. They can heal. They can do offensive spells. Detective is typically your brawler class. Your reporter is, well, I take photos so you can get money. And who else am I missing? The dabbler. The dabbler is the jack of all trades but master of none. And there's the scientist, but I mean, we don't use him. He does the whole, you take certain key items, you combine things together to make like a really powerful weapon to use. We just don't use it because, well, we don't have time to find these key items. So we're now in the little chapel in the house, and we gotta run away from this great combat that this game just loves to give me. There we go. We're fine. We're just gonna heal, because we gotta be safe. In a spooky mansion, you always gotta be safe. Never leave your party. Stay together. So I'm taking damage here, because the floor is essentially on fire. So we're just gonna flee.
Do you mind if I pop in with a quick announcement?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So the bid war for the pick a game for the Valks to play is officially live. So we had a little talk about what we were actually going to do with this. So here's the deal with it. The winner will be played by all 4 Valks, regardless of, or all 4 or 5 Valks, regardless of what, if we hit that donation total or not. But if we can hit 12.5k, we will take the top 4 or 5 winners, and we will do our own mini marathon later on. Where we each learn one of the top 4 or 5 games. So if you can hit that 12.5k goal, you effectively get a free marathon out of it.
So I do have to ask then, what is on this list?
The list so far, and you can suggest your own to add to the list, is 7th Saga Randomizer, Final Fantasy VI Beyond Chaos, Godzilla 2 War of the Monsters, Lunar Dragon Song, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Trading Card Game, The Ignition Factor, which we added in for our boy Nikos from Video Games, the Untitled Goose Game, and Zelda 2 Randomizer.
That's actually quite exciting. I'm not gonna lie. There's actually 2 I'm excited about.
How excited are you, Possum, to learn Zelda 2 Rando with us?
I mean, that one, see, okay, you mentioned
Please
that.
don't vote for that one.
And I'm kind of like, that one I'm kind of like, eh. I'm actually more excited about Ignition Factor and Dragon Song. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm just gonna toss it out there, because if we can add another one, you know, just cause I'm a glutton for punishment in bad games. I'm surprised no one's mentioned Infernia Fantasia. I'm just tossing that out there. Because, you know, I'm being evil.
We also have a $24 donation from Silvermoon9000. Trans rights, it says there were some emoji, I'm guessing, but didn't make it through the filtration process. But thank you for the message and for the donation.
Alright, so right now we're fighting a bunch of banshees. So what we did is we went to the cemetery in the mansion. Yeah, this mansion's huge. It's got everything. And we dug up a grave that was the grave of Benedict's mother, but there was no body, so we had to go find where her body was. And we found it, we defeated some banshees, we talked to the spirit of Benedict's mother, and she's basically saying, yes, my son did evil things. He is a terrible person, but please, when you find him, please bring him back. It is my wish. It is my, please promise me that. So we're gonna do that. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of Benedict. I would have a kind word that kind of works with his name, but he's a jerk. We're just gonna keep him marathon safety, word-wise too. He's a jerk. But anywho, we got all the Elder Signs. We Swiffered them away. I also saw Hop About. Yes, that's also a good recommendation. I'm sorry, guys. You guys recommend all these good games. I'm just like, where are these obscure, not so great games? Because those are totally my jam. Sorry, had to.
Possuma, I actually need to know, have you ever played Orphan Scion of Sorcery?
I actually own it. I actually bought it when the PS2 first came out. I was actually really excited about it. I played a little bit of it, but of course Young Paul was kind of like new and shiny games are around, so I'm just gonna play those other new and shiny games and then just kind of incorporate it with my shelf. But yeah, I have played it. I know a gentleman, or Pete Dorr, has played it casually also. I watched a bit of it. It was nice reliving that game in the whole nostalgic factor. But we did the Elder Sign. We got...
Not actually playing it yourself?
I mean, I did play it a long time ago. I mean, maybe. I do own it. I do have a casual playthrough of 11th Hour I need to go through, because I put a vote on my channel, and, well, yeah. Sorry, so yeah, we rang a bell. Basically, we have, let the spirits be at rest. We got rid of all the Elder Signs, except one. Oh my goodness, Faizu, hang in there! Yes, we have to. So yeah, we let the spirits rest. We're gonna go down the super secret passage that's in Benedict's room, and we're gonna find a red shoe. And it's kind of this game's subtle hint of like, Amy was here. And we're kind of like, okay. And then we find another Elder Sign, but we're just gonna ignore that one for now. Let's not talk about that. Okay, you know what, guys? If you want to talk about that can puzzle from 7th Guess, we will talk about it. Let me just do some things first, and I will open that can of worms. So we're gonna look at those photos that my reporter took. Oh, look at that photo! It's so romantic. Oh my goodness, this is so dramatic. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm surprised we actually got a good one. Okay, so we're gonna stay. And then we're gonna continue our adventure. I need to go put some experience points in. So we don't level up the normal way in LaPlace. You do certain side quests to get experience. So we're gonna delve a bunch of into fighting. The reporter specifically for the fast talk, and then fighting. And then we're gonna head on out. Alright, so back to 7th Guess and Can puzzle. I did solve it. Kinda. I had to ask help. But, I mean, how am I supposed to know about Meet Me Secretly is supposed to be... What was it? I forget the word. I would ask my husband, because he actually knows the word, and I forget the word. Someone who watched me play 7th Guess, please post it, because I can't remember. Tryst! There we go! Tryst! That is the word, and I complained about it in my, when I played 7th Guess. Not many people know that word. How do people know that word? I do not know that word. And a couple of days ago, I was talking to my husband about the puzzle, and I mentioned the puzzle. And I asked him, what do you think the Meet Secretly word is? And he mentions one word, whatever, Tryst, the 2nd Guess. I wanted to walk out of that vehicle and just walk home in anger, because he knew the word. He didn't help me. But we did defeat that doll. Now we're done rambling about 7th Guess. I still highly recommend people play it. Just have a guide. But yeah, we are now in a castle. We've entered a whole different dimension, guys. So what I'm doing now is I went to that drawer, opened the drawer, we fought a doll, and the doll had an iron heart. So we're going to take this iron heart, and we're going to use it on a statue. Now, at this point in the run, I'm going to recruit the most overpowered character in the game. So let's first use that iron heart. Yeah, I had no idea what that word was, but I mean, it's a very old word. Anywho, so we're gonna go back downstairs. And we're gonna head to the prisons, because that is where our next character is. So there are a couple characters you can recruit in LaPlace No. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that was a leprechaun. We don't want to see them at all during our run. The reason for that is because they can steal our money, and we can't afford that right now. We cannot afford our money being stolen. I do have marathon safety strats prepared, and I went too far. I need to enter this door here. No, I didn't. Sorry. I'm awake. And yeah, so leprechauns can steal your money. They can steal a decent chunk of it. There's another character, Bandit. The bandits that can actually steal money too, but we don't see them too often. But right now, I do need to make sure I have 1,000 gold put aside. But right now, we're going to fight this guard here. And this guard is actually holding an item I need in order to get to our next character, which is the prison cell key. We just gotta wait. Now, if you notice, I'm just attacking from here on out. I'm not really using any special abilities. At this point, you just need to attack. I haven't talked about the stats. There's HP and MP. If you think it's like your usual, HP is health points, MP is magic points, you're right and you're wrong. So basically, what this game does is health points, and in a typical Elder Lovecraftian game, it's your mental points. So because as this game is very Lovecraftian themed, so basically you can take MP damage. When your MP hits 0, you will go insane. To explain is the okay, we're good. To explain that stat, it makes your character turn into a berserk class. So your character is going to attack. He can't use any special abilities. He does double the damage, but he can attack other party members. And this is our next party member, Kusakabe. He's dead right now. So we're just gonna resurrect him by using holy water on him, and he's gonna come back. And we're gonna take him back into New Cam, and we're gonna just toss him in the hospital. We're gonna go actually talk to him for 5 times. And he's gonna just tell us why he's here, why he was at the castle. Basically, he is there to try to stop LaPlace from his plan, and he got captured, he got tortured, and unfortunately, he didn't survive. And so he thanked us, he mentioned he's tired, and come back later. So we just entered and re-entered the mansion, and now we're gonna go talk to him. And we're gonna resurrect him. And now we have Kenshiro Kusakabe, the most overpowered character in the game, and also the main character of the series. I have not mentioned that. This game is actually a trilogy. There are 3 games in the series. A lot of them were... The original was on PC 98. I always screw the name up. Alright, there we go. We got Kusakabe. And then there was a sequel. It was on, I believe, the same system, but not whatever came out after the 98. And then the last one was on the Sega Saturn with glorious live action cutscenes. Alright, you don't have anything. Alright, so let's head back to the mansion. And we're gonna beeline it. So yeah, there's actually quite a bit of content for this game. This game is also a tabletop RPG in Japan. Unfortunately, those books have not been translated, but there's quite a bit. Yeah, words. So anyway, now plot-wise, we need to go, defeat a gentleman named Louvain. Right? Louvain? No, Moldiv. I always get those 2 mixed up. So basically what's happening in the castle is there is a gentleman named LaPlace. He is the ruler of this castle. He has control of a demon that they just call LaPlace's demon. There is no name. Basically, having control of this demon gives you power and will allow you to see the future. So basically, there's a small little group of people that are trying to take over, take control of the demon and own the castle. and that is comprised of Moldiv, Louvain, and surprisingly enough, Benedict. He is also part of that party because he's a jerk. But right now we're gonna fight this lovely demon here. He may look familiar. You may have seen him in some Shin Megami Tensei games. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his name, but we did beat him. We're gonna get a silver crucifix. We need that for later on in the game. We can do a quick rest. And then from here on out, we're going to just run all the way to where Moldiv is, and we're just gonna fight him. So, right there he is, and he's gonna be like, you know, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. And we're just gonna fight him. Just attack for the win. He rarely derails my run. I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna knock on wood. More so pressed wood. IKEA. But yeah, he's not a bad fight. You just gotta attack for the win. Once Kusakabe has a special ability activated, I'll use it. Each class does have a special ability also. That's what that little bar is underneath the MP. That's exactly what I'm explaining. Yaga. So yeah, once that reaches a certain point, it says max. So we're gonna use Kusakabe's because it's a really powerful attack. But each character has their own special one. So the medium has a spell that basically causes MP damage. The reporter can stun. The detective has a really powerful punch. I don't know what the scientist does because we don't really use them. But there goes Moldiv. So we got some experience, we also got a crystal fragment, and we're just gonna beeline it out of here. So now we're gonna head upstairs to the next floor. Do a quick heal. The other thing I haven't mentioned, I mentioned the evil side of the castle. They're trying to, you know, overtake LaPlace's ruling. There is also kind of your whole, the people who support LaPlace. There's his daughter Cassandra, there is, oh my goodness, the Knight Bayard, and then there's the wizard that I don't really know his name. We talk to him just to kind of get the plot going, but we really don't do much in him. With a casual playthrough, you can actually recruit him and Bayard, and you can go use them and fight demons and fight Moldiv alongside them. Speedrun, we just don't do it. We don't have time for that. But do you guys like mazes? Because now we're in a mirror maze. It's very reflective of how large it is. I'm just gonna focus on this. If you have any little donations or any big donations, I'll let you, please mention them.
We have quite a few.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read these all out, and yeah, let's go through the list. So we have $20 from Gemini's free mini marathon if we reach 12.5k. Let's make that happen. And that $20 I believe went to Beyond Chaos. Then we have $5 from Scala Kitty. Getting this stretch goal started and putting my money down for everyone to experience the origin of my best boy and yours, Nikos from video games. Then we have a $150 donation from AI 2097. No comment, but wants us to play NetHack, which is by far in the lead, as that is a big money. So thank you very much, AI 2097. We have $10 from Margaret Ann. One to be born from an Esper. Bridging the man and the magic raises us high in the sky to the Dark Tower. Shielding the earth with the blessing of randomness, she brings another promise to the Valkyries with both chaos and fun. And that went to Before Chaos, as you may have guessed. And then we have $5 from Silvermoon. No comment, but has thrown River City Girls onto the list, which I actually have been speedrunning with my wife, most entirely offline for a few weeks now. So I might be cheating on that one, but hey, I'll take it.
Alright, so I'm out of the maze. Huzzah, guys. It is very spooky, very scary, but we survived. Good job, guys. So we're just gonna enter this guy's room. We're just gonna ignore the maid. And we're just gonna open this tiny little chest. It's really small, very compact. And upon opening it, we're gonna take a figurehead out. We're just gonna take the ship figurehead out of this tiny chest and take it with us. That is one of the key items I need to advance the plot. The game, when you're playing this casually, requires you to get 2 items in order to use a ship. The figurehead and a compass. Now, as much as I'm praising this game is flawed. This is a port of the PC-98, the original. It's a Vic Tokai game, which apparently when I say Vic Tokai, is supposed to be like, is supposed to send shivers down people's spines and whatnot. And so if you're comparing this to the PC-98 version, they did drop a lot of things out of this version, and there's actually a lot of content that they implemented, but then they never finished. So like you can talk to a certain NPC that's supposed to give you this quest, and it implies that you're on a quest, but they never started the quest. I'm gonna talk to this lovely gentleman here who has a beard, guys. We saved the beard though, so this guy can also keep his beard, and he's actually a merchant. Now normally you can't talk to him when a character does not have a high fast talk, but because our reporter does, we can talk to him, we can open that shop, we can get certain items. We got the antique compass, so now we have full control of the ship, so I'm gonna drive the best way I can, drive a boat. And we're gonna go to this lovely tiny island, and if you're wondering, Pa, what's with the water? I mean, we're on maybe like the 4th floor of the castle. I guess LaPlace just wanted a moat on the 4th floor. Don't ask, I don't know. And we're just gonna guard. This gentleman here is guarding the prison cells. Because we showed the silver crucifix, he was able to be released from his job so he can go on vacation. And he gave us a key too, so we're gonna open this to reveal, guys, sigh with me, Benedict. We found Benedict, guys, the jerk. So we're unfortunately taking him by the ear and dragging him upstairs because he's a jerk. And we're gonna take him back to our world. So let's head upstairs. And we're gonna hop on this elder sign here, and we're gonna go back to home. Yeah. Well, Benedict's always a jerk. Alright, so what we're gonna do with Benedict? Well, we're just gonna take him to the hospital. We're just gonna throw him. I mean, we're just gonna gently place him in the hospital, and he's gonna rest. So now what we need to do is, we're gonna go here. Actually, what I should do, I'm gonna switch characters once again for marathon safety. So I'm gonna take my reporter out. I really don't need her anymore, and her physical attack isn't the strongest, so we're actually going to switch her out for the Dabbler. As I mentioned earlier, the Dabbler is the master of all skill, or I just messed that up big time. Master of everything, or he does all the skills, but is not good at it. Oh my goodness, Pa. Oh, that was terrible. Alright, so we're gonna equip him quickly. And we're just gonna go back to the second medium so we can get some skill points into fighting here. Because that's all we need to worry about now, is just fighting. Alright. So now we're gonna head back to the Weathertop Hall. And now we need to deal with the bigger problem. It seems like every time we go into this mansion and solve a problem, there's a bigger problem. And then when that gets solved, it's a bigger problem. It seems to be the case. So we're gonna head back to the castle. So right now the problem is, we found out that LaPlace has an army. And what they're gonna do is invade our world and take it over. Because LaPlace is bored. He has power, he has a castle, he has everything he wants, but he's bored. So he just wants to take over, not just like a land, he wants to take over another dimension. Oh my goodness, all the honks. So what we gotta do, we gotta talk to LaPlace, we gotta knock some sense into him and be like, please stop. We don't want to be invaded by your army. Can we just be friendly and peaceful? So at this point in the run, you can branch off in two parts. You can go to the right, which is all combat heavy, or you can do the left side, which is all trivia questions. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do trivia. Now, this is supposed to be hard, you know, casual, you're supposed to talk to people, but it's a speed run. I have all the answers written down on a sticky note. So yeah, we're just gonna answer this trivia and, you know, be perfectly fine. If I get the trivia wrong, basically I'm sent back to the last elder sign I was at, which we really don't want. This is also why I have it on a sticky note, because early morning, sometimes my brain just wants to do other things. So, if you're wondering, the solutions are, that one's always the problematic one. So 1312313. So while I'm doing this, and while we're heading over to LaPlace, is there any more donations that can be read off?
No, there are no donations quite yet, but just a reminder that in addition to our bid war for bonus game / bonus marathon, if we can hit that goal, we do still have a few other bid wars that will be closing at the end of this run. You can pick which character will be the solo character for Secret of Mana. It's actually tied exactly between the boy and the sprite, with the girl lagging behind. You still have time to influence that, and that runs long. So you're picking the character for quite a long time. So you're gonna want to, you know, even $1 can tip the balance between the boy and the sprite. So you want to do that, and donating to that still helps us reach our goal to make the mini marathon happen if you don't have a preference on the game. We also have the name of the boy and the girl. The name of the boy does have quite a lead. If you want the name to be anything but Talon, you are going to have to work very hard for that. But the girl is beatable with Bob at $50, and somehow Bob also at $6. I'm not actually sure what happened there, but I guess Bob's at $56, but two different Bobs. And if you want to name the girl Go 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 Go, it's only $25 off. I don't think that'll fit. That's more than 6 characters, but I think we can shorten it to 6. So, end of this run is your last chance to get those in.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really hoping the Go 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 one wins, because that's a good name to run with. So right now we're fighting LaPlace. Basically, what I explained earlier is he basically told us, we defeated him, we knocked some sense into him, he's just kind of like, fine, I guess I won't invade your world, I'll just seal the last Elder Signs, you guys don't have to enter this world anymore. And he sighs because, I mean, he's kind of bored. He was really hoping to have some fun, but no, we're just gonna maybe bring him a SNES with a couple games on it. So you have to talk to that gargoyle to basically be allowed to get out of there. So we're back in our world on Huzzah, guys. We saved the world. We're gonna prevent monsters from entering and people invading. So we're just gonna go talk to Benedict and be like, everything's fine. And the nurse is gonna tell us that he escaped. He jumped the window and he headed back to the mansion. So we're just gonna sigh. I guess we gotta go back in there. So we're gonna do a little bit of marathon safety. I'm gonna talk to this gentleman here. Actually, no, this gentleman here. And he's gonna mention that, oh my goodness, Benedict went back in the house. There's a bunch of, things are starting to get serious. I'm gonna give you these weapons. And we're gonna be like, cool, thank you. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just get some money here. So I'm gonna sell the brownie camera, all those good items, because I need some resurrection items. So some of these are kind of worth not a whole lot. And then we get to the weapons that he gave us, not the Philly, but the submachine gun and the shotgun. We're just gonna sell them. He gave them to us for free, and we're just gonna turn them right around and sell them back to him. So, I mean, it's fine. He understands. Alright, so we are good to go. So I'm gonna buy one thing. Sorry. We're gonna buy this. And we're just gonna quickly equip it onto our dabbler. Ooh, coffee sounds amazing. Coffee. And I'm just gonna run over here and we're gonna buy some Akmano test. I think I'm bad at pronouncing. But those are our resurrection items, so we're allowed to resurrect at any point when a character unfortunately dies. So we're gonna do one last skill boosting. Also, it occurred to me, I forgot to save Amy. Oh my goodness. I can still do this, I think. It just occurred to me. Oh my goodness. Let me do a quick save. Yeah, I can still do it. We can still do this. Alright, so we're gonna head on to here. We're just gonna deal with these guards, because things are kind of hitting the fan. Alright, so now, basically a gentleman talked to us and told us that we need to head upstairs to go see him. So we're gonna head upstairs. We're gonna go through here. And we're gonna talk to this wizard. This is the wizard I talked about earlier, and that's about it. So we're gonna go up here. And basically we're in the castle now. We're gonna go talk to LaPlace again. We're gonna recruit Bayard. He's gonna help us. And so once again, we need to make the trip all the way back to LaPlace's castle. And I also need to heal my main character. So hop on that boat again. If there's any donations, you got a lot of time to kind of bring some stuff up if you wish.
Sure, absolutely. Amelia-san donates $10. Have a Secret of Mana run with a refreshing sprite. That does put the sprite in the lead for the Secret of Mana run. It's still anyone's game with that Secret of Mana run though. None of these are insurmountable, and all of them bring us closer to our 12.5 K goal. So make sure to keep donating. Thank you so much, Emily-san. Emily-san, I hope I pronounced that right. Let's get that mini marathon. I want to do. I want to do this again. I mean, I want to go to sleep for like 10 years, but then I want to do this again. So make sure for that. And I've been talking a lot about, you know, kind of what about our incentives and stuff, but you know, there's still other stuff too. Did you know that if you donate, you'll be eligible for and we got some cool ones. So today, every day had unique prizes. So if you donated before today, you'd still be entered for today's prizes. And we got some good ones today. It's our last day, and we got some. We got a Rabbi bead sprite magnet made that is just looks amazing. I want it. I'm ineligible for prizes, as I keep having to say. But I want them, and I can't have them, and that makes me sad. But you can have them if you donate. Even a $1 donation will enter you for the Saturday prizes today. Plus, you know, you can get 2-in-1. If you have a game you want us to play that's not on the list yet, throw in $1, put that game on the list, and get entered for these prizes. There's also an untitled Goose Game cross-stitch, and, like, I can't do this thing justice with my words. You're just gonna have to come look at it.
Sorry, I'm just gonna have to interrupt if you're okay with that.
That's fine.
So I did mention saving Amy. I forgot. We can actually save Amy still. Huzzah. So we did get the incentive to save Amy, so we're gonna save her. So this is the girl that we've been looking for since the very beginning of the game. We actually found her. So we're gonna save her. We're gonna talk to her. We're gonna bring her back. So we rescued Amy, guys. Huzzah, we rescued Amy. Amy is saved. Normally in the speedrun, you actually don't save her, which is... yeah, we actually don't. But anywho, so the only thing I won't be able to show is going to her mom to return her. She's gonna see our inventory in our party, sorry, words, till the very end of the run. But she's in our party. She's gonna help us see it through. She's gonna be our little cheerleader. And also to mention, my one character, Alex, he is now a berserk, so he's gonna do a lot of damage throughout this fight, or a lot of these fights. The only way to secure that berserk status is by basically going to sleep. But yeah, that's the reason why Alex is spinning around, is basically that's the game telling you that he's gone insane. And also my Lamont has unfortunately died. Oh my goodness, there's a combination of stats today. So when a party member dies, he ends up in a bag. Now I did save before this particular I want to use, yeah, we'll use it now. I did save before this particular part because there's a high chance that we may have a pickle. The run may kind of die at this point, but this is why we saved. So we're going to just flee, we're going to heal. And I need to go talk to the gargoyle, but the gargoyle's mentioned I can't see LaPlace because we are not related to him. The only way you can grant an audience with him is if you are related, or you know, you could do the trivia, but it's not available anymore. So I'm gonna make sure I heal as much as I can, because we're gonna have a fight that I cannot, you can't defeat this enemy. You need to run away from him in a certain amount of time, but he has an AoE spell that can wipe out my party. Yeah, the game's kind of mean like that. So, 45, 55, 40. Okay, we're good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. And we're going to meet Louvain and, of course, Sai and Benedict. So, Louvain is going to give us one last chance to go back to our world. We say no. If you say yes, it will give you the bad ending to the game. So what we need to do is just talk, survive the fight for a whole 5 turns. We don't want to see that move. That is the one that can wipe out parties. And sometimes he loves to spam it, but that's okay. We're survived. Bayard told us to run away. And also I'm poisoned. Perfect timing, I'm out of the fight. So yeah, perfect timing. Holy pickles, guys. So Bayard unfortunately died, so rip Bayard. But we did get Cassandra. She's now part of our party. Cassandra is related to LaPlace, so now we can actually get a audience with him. So I'm gonna use the resurrection item to bring back my character. I need all my characters alive. We're gonna go sleep and we're gonna save. Oh, I can get poisoned because apparently the game loves to keep the poison stat. That's new. That's good to know. Alright, so I'm gonna heal Pickle. And then we're going to cure that poison. To recover poison. There we go. We're good. We're good. Now we're gonna heal. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let's continue. So now I have to go all the way back to where that gargoyle is. So if you have any donations, you got a lot of time.
Let's finish up with those prizes, because believe it or not, despite the fact that I had given some pretty good prizes here, that would be enough for me to want to win these prizes on my own. I actually wasn't done with the full list, so let's get back to those prizes. As I've mentioned, you've just tuned in, you can win a beautiful rabbit's right, or you can win this goose game cross stitch. But if you're sitting there going like, well, I want even more possibilities, well, you can win a custom emote slash avatar commission from Scala. If you look at our emotes, which are frankly really cool emotes, and I'm a big fan of them. But Scala drew all of those just to get a perspective on her work. And if you've ever been like, God, I want emotes that are really good, or if I don't, maybe I'm not a streamer, maybe I don't, maybe I don't stream myself, maybe I don't want emotes, you can get an avatar. Everyone can use an avatar. You can use it on Discord, you can use it on Twitter, you can use it on your Twitch page, even if you don't stream to it. And today's your last day to enter. Every day you get entered for the Bloodstained Ritual of the Night Switch Kickstarter Edition with the OST, pins, keychain, and sticker. It's a really cool Kickstarter edition, and this thing is gone. This is the only way you're going to be able to get this now. That Kickstarter ended ages ago. The game turned out fantastic. It was a really good game, really cool Kickstarter. You can still get that game. You can't get that Kickstarter edition anymore. It's gone forever unless you win it in this marathon.
Alright, thank you for doing that. So right now we got some plots. So we got a audience with LaPlace, but unfortunately Benedict showed up. He had a mistletoe rod, which seals LaPlace's power, and he was able to unfortunately slay LaPlace. So he also kidnapped LaPlace's daughter. So we need to go save her. And with LaPlace's last dying breath, he spewed a paragraph worth of dialogue, basically giving us a couple items, basically regretting that a lot of things, and unfortunately he passed away. So basically now, plot-wise, we only have Louvain and Benedict now, who have kidnapped Cassandra to hopefully open the other dimension to where LaPlace's demon is so they can control him. Now, LaPlace did reveal that LaPlace's demon actually has his own plan, which is basically invading our world and basically destroying it. So LaPlace's demon has been undermining everybody and only showing a little bit of said future, but not showing this, very controlling and whatnot. So we're at the final part of the game. We're in the dimension that LaPlace's demon is in. So now we're gonna face some scary monsters and also just run away from them. Because now we need to go find Louvain. Oh my goodness, I'm getting those two names mixed up today. And Benedict, and stop them. So before I go here, we're pretty much good. We're gonna go fight Louvain. Now remember the first time I wasn't able to defeat him, so LaPlace gave us an item that will allow us to defeat him, which is the Elder Ring, so we're gonna use that. It's Elder Ring and Guard. Oh, that's not a good turn. Okay, we're fine. So now Louvain is gonna be like, this is my true form, and now we can actually fight him. So, giant, weird snake creature. So, now we're just gonna attack for the win. This fight can be a little iffy. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness it didn't work. So, he used a spell called Death Sickle, which is an instant death spell, and we don't want that to, we don't want that to happen, because I need to keep everybody alive. I only have one resurrection item left, because apparently the game likes to keep your poison tacked on even when you're dead. So, basically we just want him to sneer, we want him to just hit us. If he has to eliminate a party member, just one. You hear that, Louvain? I just need one character. I believe we're doing fine. Nice thing about having your character stats, like fighting to level 8, level 9, as you can see, they do more attack. So you gain at least 2 swipes, they're doing quite a bit of damage. If I would have kept Alex as Berserk status, oh my goodness, you just knocked down Lamont. You jerk. That's your 1. That is your 1 per combat. So yeah, basically we just need to just slice and dice for the win, and hopefully everything goes fine here. Because we got a bigger... Actually, we're gonna... we need attack. We're actually going to heal. I usually don't heal, because sometimes it doesn't really work in this fight. It does, but he does enough damage that it usually knocks out a character. We should be fine. No, we aren't. RNG, please. Okay, so this is a pickle. I am going to bring back one character. And if this doesn't work, I do have a save file I can bring up and we can fight the last two again. So there's the Outcast. Bring back Kusakabe. Alright, so we're gonna do a progressed. We need to do psychic. We need to treat some injuries, make sure everyone is fully healed. So it is definitely RNG based on how Louvain wants to deal that fight. He has wiped my party before. Sometimes he doesn't use it at all, the Death Scythe at all. Sometimes based on his mood. Apparently he just really wanted to show off how evil he is. So let's go up here. We finally discovered Benedict. He's trying to control LaPlace's demon, but LaPlace's demon just says no and just kind of annihilates him. So now we're gonna fight LaPlace's demon in order to prevent LaPlace's demon from coming into our world. So shout out to the music. This music is amazing. So this fight is gonna be a little scary. What I'm hoping for is hopefully he makes one of my characters go insane, which he did. And what that will mean is that my Kusakabe will do a lot of damage if he'll attack. You better attack. Yeah, he did 112 points, which is really good. I need him to keep dishing out all that damage. Or we can die. And that is how we all got killed. But I got that save file, so we can do the last two fights again. Alright, so the nice thing is the game knows this part is kind of a jerk. So it will save us before we fight Louvain. So, I mean, the game is generous in that way. So let's go back there and let's try this again. Alright, so we need to have the stern talk with Louvain about not eliminating my party. I mean, we can have these lovely monsters here just prevent us from talking to Louvain. Alright, so I'm just going to make sure we are fully healed. And let's go do another stern talking to Louvain and be like, Louvain, please, cooperate. We need all my party members alive. You need to cooperate. Alright, Elder Ring. He did attack one of my characters, so I'm gonna have to quickly do a heal. So I'm gonna treat injury. Yeah, that's how, we just want him to bite. We want him to bite, we want him to sneer, we want him to just to do those attacks. Nothing serious. We just, yeah, just please, just keep biting. That's what we want to see. Yes, keep doing that. Keep doing that. I'm gonna quickly heal Lamont. Just a medium. Treat injury. I'm gonna have to heal Pickle. Or we're gonna be in a pickle. Treat injury. Oh, okay, we're fine. We're totally fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're good. Just attack. Yeah, that's fine. You can scream. That's perfectly fine. You do that moving. You bite, you squeeze, you do the screaming. Just don't do that other move. We don't want to talk about that move. There we go. Oh my goodness, he cooperated. Thank you, Louvain. Thank you. Thank you. Bless your evil heart. You cooperated. Alright, so let's get everyone back to full health. So I'm just gonna use Pickle here. Alright. So let's fight LaPlace's demon again, guys. Let's do this. So yeah, that's a good example of how the run can, like, how that run can just easily go downhill to it went perfectly fine. So yeah, LaPlace's demon again. So we just got attacked for the win, but the same thing can happen too. He can annihilate me if he wants to spam a certain ability. Basically however LaPlace's demon feels like being LaPlace's demon. So yeah, basically we attack for the win. I would really like to see a character go insane in this fight, because as you saw in the last attempt, Kusakabe went from like 45 points of damage to 112 points of damage. He only has about 528 hit points. So when you're doing that much damage, this fight goes really quick. There is a task of this, where the task has it that one character stays sane, the rest of them are insane, and they just dish out so much damage. It's part of the fun, it's insane. Alright, I got Pickle and Lamont, so we'll be doing a little more damage here. But it's incredibly risky to run that kind of run, because if your last character goes insane, that is that fight. But yeah, we took 96 points of damage. So I would say this is indeed the end, but we're doing, this is an RTA Any % run, so we basically wait till the credits show the end, and that is time then. So we're destroying the Elder Sign alongside Amy. Amy was an amazing cheerleader. She definitely cheered us on. So yeah, we're destroying the last Elder Sign. I don't know how we're casting lightning and all these spells. I mean, we just put all the... Yeah, Swiffer. Yeah, it's the power of the Swiffer. That is how powerful the Swiffer is, guys. It causes lightning. So yeah, I have no more control over this, so I'm just gonna... just enjoy. So basically, they're just kind of filling in the rest of the plot. Basically how people's greed kind of led them to their demise. And it doesn't, like, when you play this game casually, there is a lot of stuff happening in the game. There's actually side quests, there's a forest, there is another side quest where you can recruit a spiritualist. Kusakabe is a spiritualist as well as a medium, so he's a dual class. The game's kind of way showing that there is dual classing, but kind of really half-assed. But yeah, you find another girl, and she's trying to find her husband because her husband disappeared. And you upon going through this house in the castle, you find out that, you know, oh, multi-classing, sorry. I always say one or the other, sorry. I know D&D, not just, I'm not fully, you know, words. I don't play a lot of D&D like my husband does. But yeah, in regards to that one side quest, you find her husband, you find out her husband is actually a lizard, and, like a lizard man, and he kind of disappears again, and she just runs off to go find him again. So they don't really finish that side quest. They kind of do, but not so much. But at this point at the ending, it's basically showing us that Kusakabe is going to continue his adventures and into the spookiness. And I mentioned earlier that Kusakabe is actually the main character. That is indeed true. He does appear in the second game. I don't know if he appears in the third game of the Ghost Hunter trilogy, I believe it's called. yeah, now we get the lovely, lovely credits. So that is actually the good ending. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a bad ending. And basically what it is you say yes to Louvain's agreement to go back to your world and not further delve into their the whole taking like the words and further delving into the whole trying to get rid of LaPlace and all that stuff. And if you do, you kind of go back. You go back to New Cam. The portal's sealed. You act like everything's normal, but there is certain signs that are starting to pop up to showcase that world is starting to cross over and is going to fully come over and take over the world, and you basically just turn a blind eye. But yeah, I highly recommend playing LaPlace No More. This game is fully translated by Aeon Genesis. It is a fun, it's a good game casually, although flawed. There is certain points of the game that they don't really mention what you need to do, but that's the only part I've mentioned. I don't want to get too much into spoiler-rooney territory, but I would highly recommend playing this, especially because it's Halloween. It's a perfect time to pick up a spooky RPG.
Mind if I cut into something very quickly?
Yeah, for sure.
So, Secret of Mana is coming up, and right off the bat, we're gonna have to pick the solo character. There's only $15 differentiating between the boy and the sprite right now, and there's only 44 between the girl and the sprite. If you want to push for that, so last chance, basically.
All right, so we're getting to the end of the time here. As soon as it says that, I believe you got Aeon Genesis to pop up, and then the end, that's when I do the splits. So wait for it, guys. Oh, get ready for it, guys. Get ready. And time. There we go. GG indeed. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Shout outs to Aeon Genesis once again for making this amazing translation of LaPlace No More. Highly recommend, playing this game. Aeon Genesis, please do a translation of the second game. I'm shamelessly asking again because that'd be appreciated. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this marathon, and thank you to the Valks for letting me join their reigns. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. Tacos is a fantastic. But yeah, I'm done rambling. We're gonna switch it over to Secret of Mana. I'm gonna go maybe eat some toast. But yeah, you guys have a good morning, a good evening.